Yo, 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 July 4th, America's Day. Whether whatever you think about America, this is just a day, I don't know, to celebrate being American, right? Uh, a lot to say about that, but this is not that type of podcast, right? Um,
Not this type of pod, bro.
yeah, and it's we one of them countries that look for any reason to celebrate, and I think July 4th is probably, I don't know, top five American holiday. Obviously, Thanksgiving,
Depending on who you
Christmas,
ask. Depending on who you ask.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Me personally, I'm a big Labor Day, Memorial Day guy.
I like Easter.
You like what? Easter.
Like
Okay. You gonna do that? You gonna. All right, bro. I see what you're doing, man. You trying to make me look like the bad guy here? I say Labor Day, Memorial Day. You talking
I'm
about
not
Easter?
trying to make you look anyway, brother. I had nothing to do with that.
I don't even remember you speaking on Easter. I haven't heard you speak the word Easter in years, bro. But I think July 4th is just one of those holidays for everybody as well. From the kids to the adults. I really like the theme.
Real, right?
Yeah. Also the food, right? It's food is getting cooked. I really love the theme of July 4th, the red, white, and blue. It's one of the few holidays with a color. You got Christmas with the green and red, then you got July 4th. The New Year's don't really have nothing. So I think that part's cool. But in honor of July 4th, I think we got to start it off differently today. And on July 4th today, we had the Nathan's hot dog eating. We got the Nathan's hot dog eating competition, man.
You're sick.
I think though, like,
You're sick.
Nah, if we're recording on July 5th or July 3rd, I don't think we mentioned this. But it's July 4th, and I really was thinking, like, we all know Joey Chestnut, right? I don't know, 25-time hot dog eating champion.
Jesus,
that's crazy. But like, is he?
I'm surprised you never threw your name in the hat.
No, you're not. You're not surprised at all, actually. That's crazy. But is he considered an athlete? Like, can we put him up there with the greatest athletes? Like, how does that work?
I don't know about that. I mean, the things he does with his body, pause.
Huge pause.
Massive pause. You'll stop right there.
I mean, he does
athletes use their body.
Yeah, and he airs on ESPN. Like, he throws down the championship on national television, on a sports channel, a sports network.
And now we got a little scandal this year. He back from his probation.
Yo, why are we having hot dog eating scandals, bro?
You did this, bro.
Like I don't know, bro.
He did the vegan dog contest, and they just put him in timeout,
bro. Like, just when I think there's something you can't cheat in, or you should never get suspended from an eating competition, from a burger eating. Like,
there's some people that need to be suspended from eating contests, bro.
Yeah. That's America. Now that's America.
There we go.
So I think the last time that we spoke, we were in the midst of the NBA Finals, and we made some bold predictions. We were very wrong, I think, about Indiana. We thought OKC was the better team by a lot. It shows that Indiana was right there with them. It's tragic what happened to Tyrese. That's a horrible way to go down. And it's like, also, so much has happened since that happened. But that's the most important thing that has happened. Got a few topics we want to hit. So I think the first thing, congrats to Oklahoma City Thunder. This is a big win for the small markets, right? And this is one of the small, like Oklahoma City, man. I think that's the only professional sports team in Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So that's huge. And then immediately after, Shai Gilgeous, what was that? A 4-year, $282 million?
Yeah, I think that was 85. Either way,
$70 million a year. I don't even know what to say about that, bro.
So he up there with Juan Soto, ain't
he? Yeah, but basketball is getting crazier and crazier by the year. But with Shea winning, a lot of people are putting him ahead of a lot of people. He's skipping the line, so to say. And whether you
What
want
a
him to
line
be,
keeping you though, man.
yeah, yeah, and that goes if you want to put him as a point guard, if you want to put him as a shooting guard, he's skipping lines.
MVP, scoring champ, Western Conference Finals MVP, Finals MVP, champion.
That's a LeBron, Michael, Hakeem year. I think if we want to, okay, we're gonna call him a shooting guard, right? I think he's easily top 5 if he's a shooting guard, right? He jumps ahead of you have he jumps Harden, he jumps.
Got to be a 1 though.
Okay, so we could put him at a 1. Does he crack your top 5 now?
I mean, he right there for sure. Like he right there. Like I still can't put him past Chris Paul yet, but like he right there.
I
You
get
know what I'm saying?
I get both sides because like Chris Paul has been great. Like Chris Paul's peak is one of the best peaks we've seen at the point. Like when we talk pure point guard, like he might have the greatest pure point guard peak, especially like he wasn't playing with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and James Worthy. He's dishing it off to Emeka Okafor and Tyson Chandler and
J.R. Smith.
You know what I'm saying? J.R. Smith. You know, like I don't know if DeAndre Jordan is even talked about without Chris Paul coming to the Clippers. To be honest with you, you know he wasn't playing with just Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer. I don't know if he played with any at his peak. Maybe Blake, but like, that's a big maybe. But I can see why it would be tough to put him over Chris Paul because, like, I mean, Chris Paul, he drags teams to the playoffs, right?
Like, bro. I mean, look what he did with Oklahoma City.
Dragged the Thunder to the playoffs. He elevated the Clippers franchise. That was that franchise was up to no good for a while. Even with the New Orleans Hornets, you know, when he got there, you know, he was a huge part of that. He took the Suns to the finals, and since he's left, they, you know, they've been one of the worst franchises. But it's just hard when an MVP, Finals MVP, scoring champ, you know what I mean, all in the same year.
Such a crazy.
And this is not just 1 year he's having this. He's been doing this for 3 years now, 4 years, averaging 30 a game doing it. You know, it depends on how much you value that championship, that MVP. How much does it mean?
Right.
I mean, does he jump Allen Iverson? He got to be ahead of Allen Iverson, right? As much as we love AI. As much as we love AI.
Gotta be. But again, like I feel like Chris Paul and Iverson, they kind of in their own category though. Mm-hmm. You know, the 6 foot underguard. But I mean, Chris Paul like 6'3" for real.
Yeah, he's not 6'3", bro. Come on.
For real.
Not a chance.
I give him 6'2" for real.
On a great day, he's 6'2". On a tremendous day. I think though, like I can understand him. Like you said, bro, he's fought because they're so like obviously Magic, Steph, Isaiah Thomas. You know, if you value John Stockton or Jason Kidd,
he's in front of them.
He's already ahead of all-time assists and steals leader.
He's in front of John.
I can respect it, and I think the way he's doing
he's it. Jason Kidd too. Let's not get it confused.
Jason Kidd has sneakily had one of the greatest careers we've ever seen. You know, I think he's top 5 in threes. He's top 5 in steals, and then like top 5 in assists. You know, 3 categories top 5. You don't hear that a lot.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. And then you know he did get a championship with that. I mean he went to battle with the 2000 Lakers in the finals. What was that? 2001.
Yeah. I think it was 2001. Yeah,
that was what a team to watch, man. Kenyon Martin, Kerry Kittles.
Too, because they went back-to-back years. They played the Spurs 1 year,
and then it was the Pistons the year after, right? I'm
trying to think.
It was
Because what's called the Nets lost to the Spurs in the finals 1 year.
We could sit and think about that all day. But Shea, I think is so. Let me ask you this, right? Is he in consideration for face of the league? Is he closest to the face of the league?
Yeah, because I think he got a good social media presence too, and I think that's one thing that's like needed right now to be the face of the league for the foreseeable future with this generation. You gotta have a good social media presence besides be a great player, and he has both. So all the kids, they seem to really draw to him. What they say, he has endless aura. That's what they say.
Oh my goodness! I think though too, it's like, when's the last time we seen a non-American face of the league? Also,
I don't think that's ever been the case.
Right. So, and Canada is as close as America you can get. So, yeah. I think it's a little difficult to go full European on the face of the NBA. Speaking of Giannis, Joker, Luka, Wemby, exactly, because this is the National Basketball Association, and it's full of American teams, but the American guys aren't cutting it right now, right? So, I think probably 3 or 4 to 5 best players are not from America. Maybe Giannis, Joker, Shea, depending on where you have Luka as well, and then Wemby's coming. The Embiid, the whole top 5 might be outside the States very soon.
You have a case for that for sure.
Yeah. So, and LeBron is on his way out. They need a face. They need a face. It's just we're not going to get LeBron again. We have to accept that, right?
For sure.
The greatest high school player turning into the greatest basketball player, and then with no scandals, right? It's hard to replicate that because how he's changed the league, and how he's branded the NBA over the last 20 years. I think you got to kind of lean towards Shea. Jokic doesn't care enough about basketball.
Yeah, you really don't have another option right now.
I was just going to say, like, Luka,
Giannis and everything, they in limbo.
Yeah, Luka hasn't won nothing yet. Embiid, Wemby, Giannis. LeBron made some comments, and there's been a lot of talk. Sounds like it's getting a little nasty in LA, man. A little discomfort.
What's your DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah, what's kind of your thoughts? Like, is it just kind of time to part ways and kind of end that relationship, or give it one last run? I don't know.
I mean, see, the thing is with LeBron, he can do literally whatever he wants. So I don't know what he wants. I don't know what his end goal is. I don't know what he's trying to achieve at this point. Everything that I had on a list for him to do, he's done. Mm-hmm. So I don't know where he could go from here. So I can't tell you what's next for LeBron James. Do I think he probably should move on? Yeah, but where? What's going to be a proper fit? Like, I don't think there's another situation that's ready to, or has the ecosystem developed and ready to absorb a LeBron James type figure. You know what I'm saying? Some would say the greatest player of all time. That's a very niche window that you have to have, and that's a very particular setup you have to be able to make that work, to be able to facilitate what it is that LeBron wants and needs at all times, and then to still be able to put a good product out on the floor as well. There's a lot of things on and off the court that revolve around that. So there's not many destinations, I would say, besides probably the Knicks, that would probably be able to, make that happen, or
a Mike Brown reunion.
That's what I'm saying, but I don't like that situation.
Yeah.
I also don't think he's super fond of the owner, James Dolan. So, but everything off the court would be, to his liking and to his need. But it's a hard situation to absorb.
I think one part that it's like a weird part. Like it's not something that you should complain about, but I think it's a problem that he's been so good for so long that he does not know how to revert it back. Right? We've seen players be great for long and then kind of fall back into that role player role and be number two options, number three options in your last whatever years. Um, you're still putting up 25, 8, and 7. You're 23. I'm not. You're. I don't think you're gonna concede to that number one option. I mean, I guess the closest thing would be like Luca, but like it still felt very 1A 1B to me. Um, and like he would really, like I think he would need to like fall back a little bit. Like
I don't think he's capable of doing that.
he's not, and that's the problem. Like you're just too good to actually lessen your role or be less important to the team. So it kind of is a catch-22. Like, yeah, you're good, but like you can't like there's a couple people you can't play with because you're so good, and this is their time, this is their team, this is their moment. You can't just come in and just be LeBron James, bro. You know what I mean?
I mean, just Debo, like.
So I think that relationship has ran its course. Honestly, that it was a very toxic relationship between the Lakers fans and the LeBron fans
From the very beginning.
Yeah, because why are you hoping a player does bad for your team, but the team wins? That doesn't even make sense. You don't like the main player that's helping your team win. But I think they're kind of setting themselves up for the post LeBron era, and it should be something to see. Also, we had breaking news, and Kevin Durant went to the Houston Rockets. He's been on a few teams, man.
First of all, you're not gonna give me my credit. I know you did in the text message, but I need it on record as well.
You did say the Rockets is where you saw him, and you did say for Jalen Green. That was your prediction. You were spot on with that. I think I don't know, man. It's for me. I'm like I don't know why, but it's just like I never imagined KD in another uniform, and then he puts on another uniform, right? I'm like, I don't know. What do you think about the move? Like, what's your initial reaction? What's your
I love the move for KD, man. Like, I think it makes the most sense. I didn't think, it was clear as day that Phoenix wasn't going to work. Mm-hmm. They didn't want him there any longer. Doesn't feel like he didn't want to be there any longer. So, moving on from Phoenix, I think this was the best fit possible for Kevin Durant. You joined a young team. You didn't give up a lot of pieces. I told you the most probably expendable piece on that roster was Jalen Green, and he come with a little sizzle. So, you can take that with what it's worth and then send that to Phoenix, and they hope and pray he becomes a superstar. And now you got a lot, 2 to 3 years of Kevin Durant where he can still mentor your young guys to some extent, just show them the way to become great, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then also when it's crunch time, money time, the ball needs to go because he's done it over and over and again. So now you got Ime on the sidelines. You got Kevin Durant. That's a reunion from Brooklyn. So I love the move for Houston. I love the move for Kevin Durant. I mean, the Rockets didn't really give up much. Some picks in Jalen Green. You can't be mad at that.
Shout out to the Jalen's, man. The good ones and the bad ones. So what is your expectation for Houston? I mean, is this chip or bust or?
Chip or bust is kind of crazy just because of the fact that they're so young still. They have Kevin Durant. They've got Finney Smith now and Van Vliet and Capella. They've gotten a little bit more veteran laden, which makes sense when you're trying to win. So if you ask Ime in that locker room, they say, yeah, it's championship or bust. But for the franchise, I don't think it is because you still have so many young pieces that you're cultivating and hopefully can be able to be cornerstones of your franchise beyond Kevin Durant's time in Houston.
I think that's the part I'm wondering about because the verdict is still out on so many players. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The verdicts is still out on so many players on Houston. Like we still don't know about Jabari Smith, Eason, Cam Whitmore, Reed Shepard. Like we don't know these guys' ceilings. They could be very good players. They could be not so good players. Like it could really go either way.
The thing is, you only need one of them to be a really good player, and then the rest
That's
of them
true.
will just be good.
It's just like KD is just like obviously he's 1-on-1, and you know that you just don't replace that piece once he leaves. But I mean, I think everybody has a strong belief in Amin Thompson, and that he'll be, you know, top 5, top 10 player at some point in his career. But no, I think that was a good move. That's a good move. You know, you're trying to win right now. This is KD's got a few. He's got a few years left, and you want to maximize that because you're not getting Kevin Durant again. You know, you're not going to find him again. And mixed with the young stars, like you said, this is a good move.
Now, if I'm Phoenix, though, I feel like I needed one more piece from Phoenix. Like I couldn't get Jabari Smith. I couldn't get Whitmore. I couldn't get nobody. Like I understand Amin was off the table. Okay. I couldn't get Reed Shepard. I couldn't get nobody.
Yeah. You got Dylan Brooks.
That ain't gonna do it, baby.
What did they get? They got a first round pick or two or something. Right?
They got 1 first round pick, 2 second round picks, Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green.
I think it's time for. I think Phoenix is blowing it up. Like it's time to get Bradley Beal out of there. Did Devin Booker just sign that $75 million deal?
I don't think it's official, but I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, 2 years, 150 or something.
It's different the spot where you drafted at.
Yeah, I think he's I guess he's in bag mode right now. How many people are turning down $75 million a year though? Also, not gonna find many people doing that.
You say he in his Kardashian bag.
You feel me? He's Melo. He's taking the Melo route. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony. But I think this Houston, it's gonna be interesting. The West is loaded again. Because who did we saw Denver make a couple moves, got rid of MPJ. That whole team, that whole championship team is gone.
They brought Bruce Brown back.
They brought Bruce Brown back. They don't have no more KCP, no more MPJ. They lost everybody from that team. They made some good moves also though. Then they just traded for Valanciunas. And then we saw the Bucks let go of Dame Lillard, man. Fired on his day off. You know.
Yeah, they're taking a whole bunch of that salary too.
It's giving me Bobby.
I think 113 million over the next 5 years.
It's giving me big Bobby Vanilla vibes, man. Because you're gonna pay.
Yesterday, 2 days ago.
Yeah, what a story. One of my favorite stories in sports. But you're gonna pay him what is it, 120 million?
I think it's 113.
Something over the next 5 years. Yeah. But I think this does wonders for Dame also because he's not looking for money, right? He can play wherever he wants to play. He's still getting 20 mil on the back end.
Getting it.
On a bad year, he's still getting 20 million. Not even for the team he's playing for. But this shows how cutthroat the NBA is. Like, you know,
all professional sports, man. I mean,
man, he
back there, but we see what the NFL got going.
We're gonna get there. Unfortunately, no. But he had a couple blood clots. He tore his Achilles. He's trying to get back, and then you cut him. My thing is, you cut him. Who did you cut him for? Miles Turner,
Mr.
You know how I feel about footers that can't grab boards, bro. Get them out of my NBA. This is not my league, man.
He shoot 3 ball though.
I don't care, bro. You're 7 foot. And guess who else? Jaren Jackson Jr. What did he get? 250 million?
He did.
And you can't grab me 7 boards a game, 8 boards a game?
He shoots a 3 though. With both hands.
Why are you tall? What are you tall for?
To shoot threes.
The little people can shoot threes, bro. Who's grabbing our rebounds? That's not my NBA, man. Footer's not grabbing boards. Everybody's on the perimeter. Get your ass in the paint, dog.
You want to drive it 24 feet.
I want you
off the pump fake. Oh, let me show you my bag work.
Yeah, it's no. I don't. That's my thing. I don't want my centers having bag work. No bag work for my centers, bro. 2 dribbles max, y'all. Joe and B.
I got bang.
No, Joe and B spoiled us, man. He doing step backs and crossovers, and now everybody. Yeah, bro. I'm cool on it. Now
Miles Turner, he got it.
What does he have?
Got some mascots.
Come on, bro. Staying on the topic of the NBA, Ace Bailey. I think that was a masterclass on how not to approach the NBA draft.
Not ideal.
Coming in as a young player, as a player that's not even in the league yet, you can't walk around like your shit doesn't stink, right? Nobody's bigger than the program. Nobody. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. We first of all, these owners don't care if you work out for them or not. If they want to draft, they want you, you're going to come to their team. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have to talk to you. They don't have to run it by you. You have no leverage as a young player, and I don't think that precedent needs to be set anyway in the NBA, because everybody wants to go to New York, LA, Miami, Houston, Scottsdale, big cities, right?
Scottsdale,
yeah, excuse me, Phoenix, Scottsdale. Shout out to Scottsdale, man. But that precedent cannot be set just because, like, you have teams.
Scottsdale.
Shout out Scottsdale, bro. You have teams that are in, like, Indianapolis or Minneapolis or
Memphis.
Memphis, exactly, places like that. Like, we can't have players without a contract picking where they want to go. First of all, we've seen players come through. LeBron went to Cleveland, the Cleveland Cavaliers. He would have probably loved to go to LA. He probably would have loved to go get drafted to Miami or as the biggest whatever coming into the NBA. But I think that was just a masterclass. You chose 3 teams you wanted to kind of go to, and you think your agent
picks what? 6, 7, or 8 or something like that.
Yeah. What was his options? I think it was Washington, and 2 other teams. Brother, you're going to Salt Lake City, man. And as a young turnt killer, that's probably the last place you want to be. Is Salt Lake City.
You never know, man. You could feel like you screaming out Scottsdale.
It's a wonderful city, man. It's a top 7 city of mine.
That it is.
It's a top 7 city of mine. Good spring training over there.
Good spring training. Good spring.
I love their spring training over in Scottsdale. But like, I don't know. I think that was terrible mismanagement. Just like, as a player, work out for who you work out with.
Yeah, man, I don't understand it. I didn't get it. There was nothing about it that made sense to me. Just the way you handled the decision. I really don't have any other way to articulate it. It's something I wouldn't suggest to anybody.
And I was a little confused. Like, where are your parents, man? Why aren't your parents? Could you imagine your mother allowing you to act like this during the draft process and say, "I'm too good to work out for your team"? Bro, but I saw a good point. On Twitter is like, these guys come into the league millionaires now with the NIL money and stuff. So like,
my thing is like, why do you want to burn bridges with clubs that you ultimately gonna have to deal with again when free agency comes about?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? These people aren't going to forget how you treated them during this process, during this time, when it's time for you to try to get a real big bag. I mean, from what it seems like to me, Ace Bailey seems like the type of guy who's going to want to stay with one franchise and just get as much money as possible on the Supermax every time.
Yeah,
that's kind of his vibe right now.
I can see that vision for him as well.
But I mean, I could also see him getting disgruntled and wanting to force his way out at this point. Like that's just from what he's presented so far. And I don't even know this young man, but when you make moves like this, unfortunately, you present a stigma upon yourself that these people are not going to forget, and it's going to be hard for you to remove.
And you got to think about your teammates too. Like, you don't want to start off on the wrong foot with them. Coming into the locker room thinking you're the shit, bro. You have 0 career points, right? And the NBA is so unpredictable as far as draft picks go. You don't know if you're going to turn out good. We've seen some of the best college hoopers turn out to be nothing.
Exactly.
We've seen average college hoopers turn out to be stars. It goes both ways. So you can't come to the league like you're gonna run the league because it never.
Coming into entering the draft in 2020 or 2019, you'd have never thought no one was saying Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was going to be a superstar. Nobody was saying he was going to be the best player in the league. Nobody was saying that. That's a perfect example. At the NBA draft, you never know what you're going to get. Jokic, superstar out the second round. And then we've seen many of top 3, 5 picks that
we look at Zion Williamson. Not to say that he hasn't been successful.
Because when he plays great. But
yeah, he can give you 20 plus a night. But he was, they were saying this guy's going to take over the league. He's going to be a top 5 player. Ben Simmons, like that was the talk of the town. Fultz, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram. These guys were talk of the town. Man, Chris Dunn. He's carved. Yeah, Chris Dunn has carved out a great career thus far. But this guy was a top 5 pick at one point, right? They were I remember at one point the conversation was he was going to the Celtics over Jaylen Brown. Chris Dunn was, and they're on 2 very different paths right now. Everybody's path is not the same, but Chris Dunn is a role player on a team, and Jaylen Brown's a star. Multiple All-Star, Finals MVP. So you just never know what you're going to get. Russell Westbrook, bro. Who knew? Like nobody's seen that coming from Russell Westbrook. He was because he was good. He was good at UCLA. I'm not going to sit here and say he was great. I don't. He had players like what's his name?
Collison.
Darren Collison. Much better than Russ at UCLA. No, it's Darren Collison.
The big white boy?
No. Darren Collison that went to UCLA. The point guard.
I thought the big white boy was there. Nick Collison.
I don't know where he went. No, but Darren, but he might have. But Darren Collison was a better player at UCLA than Russell Westbrook was. But
sure. I
mean, Russ has just turned into a top 5 point guard that we've ever seen. Like no debate, pretty much. So I think that leaves a bet. Like, bro, you're gonna be guarding Devin Booker night 1, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to face James Harden, Kawhi. Like, you gotta sit down and guard Luka. You gotta sit down and guard Shai, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it on a regular, DeAndre Hunter might give you 25 on. This is the NBA.
Because you're sleeping,
bro. It's just the NBA. Role players will turn around and give you 25, bro. I've seen Jose Calderon give people 30, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what you said, Carlos Arroyo,
Matthew Dellavedova give you 22. Now you look crazy. And that's just how the league works, though. I'm excited for this draft. What do you think about Cooper Flagg? Is he the guy to you? Like, do you see superstar potential? I think we've had a hell of a run of number 1 picks in the last 6 years. It's probably the best 6 or 7 year run for number 1 picks that we've ever seen. Because every one of them have been an all-star in the past 5 or 6 years. Cade, Zion, Wemby, Paolo. That's just a crazy run. Do you do you see Cooper Flagg star? What is it? What is the ceiling? Star, superstar?
I think his ceiling is on the court star. Off the court, he'll be a superstar though.
Why do you think that?
Come on, brother. He's a great player.
The Great White Hope.
Yeah, a lot of that vibe. And it won't even be him per se. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not really his vibe.
He's saying that.
Like he don't. If he could do the basketball without the fame, he would definitely do that. That's his type.
I can see it,
and I can attest to that. Speaking to the young man multiple times.
Yeah, I can see that. I haven't seen like a lot of super big personality from him. He seems like a pretty humble dude, pretty chill dude.
So, but when it comes on the court though, he's gonna be a star. Like he's gonna be a guy that's a multiple time All-Star. Like I don't know if he is the best player on the championship team, but he's gonna have you in the mix for sure.
Okay.
Like, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but like I think when it's all said and done, I think he'll have a better career than Tyrese Halliburton.
I don't think that's crazy to say though, because Tyrese is having a run. I think he's having a run right now. I don't even know if they ever have a run like this again, or he does. He just lost Miles. As much as I talk about Miles Turner, he just lost Miles Turner, and then he tore his Achilles, and then by the time he gets back, Jason Tatum's back. You know what I mean? And so I don't know if he ever has this type of run again. Achilles is such a crazy injury.
And I think the situation for Cooper Flagg is just so perfect as well. So it's something that's perfect to cultivate a star. If you're going to become a superstar, this is the ecosystem you need to be in. You already got two stars, bona fide superstars that draw the attention. They are the draw. Now, people are going to come see you, but they are the stars. And so they've already won championship. They already know what it takes to get there. They still are hungry for those championships. And as long as you do your part and fit in and become part of the team, I'm sure they'll do everything they can to help you get to where you need to be and what your potential is and to tap into that.
Has any player come into a better situation than Cooper Flagg ever?
Probably Magic Johnson.
That's a great answer. I mean, you coming onto a team with Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, Tim Duncan. I don't know if Tim Duncan's situation this good though.
I mean, they were pretty good. David Robinson they was pretty good already.
Yeah, no, David. Yeah, they were a pretty good team. But Cooper Flagg has championship AD, championship Klay, championship Kyrie.
Yeah, I forgot about Klay too.
Exactly, and then they have Gafford and Lively, so he doesn't have to play none of the big man stuff. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to be a 4 when he's really a 3. He doesn't have to do any of that. PJ Washington is still solid off the bench. That's a great situation I think to come into. And it'll be interesting to see how he develops. For me personally, I'm trying to see the star. I'm not sold completely. I think he'll be good. My thing is, I don't know what I could see him becoming great at. I think he'll be good at a lot of things. Like as far as great though, I don't know if he ever becomes a great shooter. I don't know if he, is a great finisher, a great dribbler, a great post player, a great defender. I think he does a lot of those things good though.
He's already borderline a great dribbler right now, bro. I think that's his besides in his offensive game, I think that's by far his most underrated.
Okay. The NBA is so different though.
He handled that ball, bro.
Yeah. The NBA is so different, man. It's like I don't know. I think for me, sometimes I always look at it with a little doubt because like the transition is always super crazy. A lot of players have proven me wrong. Wemby definitely has proven me wrong. Not to say that I didn't think he wouldn't be good. I didn't think he'd be this good this fast. 5 blocks a game in his second year or whatever, defensive player of the year. Paolo. He's transitioned nicely. Cade Cunningham, he's transitioned amazingly into the NBA. So I think I look at it with a little bit of doubt. But like I said, it's a great situation. I think he'll be an all-star. He'll get a couple all-stars. I don't see it getting into like the 8 to 10 range.
Nah, it'll probably be about 6.
I was gonna say like 4. It's I think it'll be interesting to see. But Duke ran the table with this draft. That's
4 in the top 10, 3 in the top 10.
Yeah, that was amazing to see. Who's kind of your sleeper pick that you don't think is getting talked about that you're excited to see?
I like Jeremiah Fears.
That was mine. Fears, I like his game. I like Jeremiah Fears. I think the one that I'm real interested to see, is Derek Queen.
Yeah, I like Derek Queen too.
I'm curious to see because I think his prototype has faded out of the NBA. You know that Zebo, that Zach Randolph prototype, big bucket getter in that mid range low post, and he's not if I'm not mistaken, he's not a super tall guy.
I think he's about 6'10".
6'10". I thought he was giving me 6'7", 6'8", which is not short, but like in the NBA.
I get that though for sure.
Okay, and then we had
this is 6'10", 248.
6'10", 248. Wow. We had Boston sell the whole block immediately.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis out of there, and then are they going full tank? Where do you kind of set your expectations?
Full tank, they got to move JB.
It's not happening.
So then they're not going full tank then.
There's nothing. I don't think there's nothing of value that you could get back though.
At this point,
6 picks, like that doesn't do anything. 3 first rounders, 3 second rounders.
With Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown though.
I
said that's how you end up with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, 6 picks.
That's true too, but the draft gets so hit or miss, man. Like
this. They hit more than they miss in Boston.
They hey, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Philadelphia with Fultz and Simmons, Lakers with Ball and Ingram. Not to say these guys aren't good, but would you rather have had Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown other than those 2 picks? That's why I'm not picks don't move me. When you trade 5 picks,
I get that though.
When you trade 5 picks for a proven player, okay. Oh man, what a nasty headline, bro. Joey Chestnut devours 70 hot dogs. ESPN. Who's writing the headlines over there, man?
Joey Chestnut devours 70 hot dogs.
7 devours? Like, come on, man. We could just say he won the hot dog eating contest with 70 hot dogs.
He devoured them.
He devoured 70 hot dogs. Wow, man. What a way to interrupt the pod, right? That's sick stuff.
Is that a new world record?
I don't want to know that though. Like you're breaking every year. You're breaking Glizzy records, dog. You know what I mean? Like
what a sicko.
What a sick guy. But no, I think this NBA offseason, I don't think it's been super crazy, but it's a lot of mixing up going on. I feel like the East is wide open with the 2 Achilles tears. The West should be interesting. Obviously, Houston is looking to make a return. Still waiting on the Warriors to make some moves. The Lakers, I don't know, bro. I'm no longer putting. I'm not putting any more expectations on year 24 LeBron. You're in year 24, dog. I see media analysts like he has to win a championship. He's in the league 24 years. He's 42.
Gotta win a championship.
What are you talking about, bro? 42. He's in year 24, 23, and he's still the hot topic, bro. focus on Luka
I think
Doncic.
that's the sickest part about it still, though.
Yeah, and it's like, why are we still having LeBron arguments in year 23? Like, we got to let that shit go, bro. But I mean, people have made careers off of him, big names off of him. But we just got to be a little bit more realistic, man. Like, I'm not expecting nothing at this point. He's already showing me more than what I expected. Like his decline is 24-5 or 24-6 and 7. That's his drop. That's his drop off. But no, I think the KD thing, obviously, stars are everywhere, and it should be interesting. Let's talk a little bit about the NFL. The Ravens made big move, kind of big move. Jair Alexander. I think there's still something left in the tank there. He's definitely above. He's still above average for the position. I think that corner. It's so up and down, man. At one point you're a top 3 corner. Next thing you're a package corner, right? You're coming in for packages. What do you think? How do you feel about the Jair Alexander move?
I like the move for sure because he just gives us so much versatility, especially coming off the draft with Malachi Starks. We also picked up Awuzie this offseason as well. Mm-hmm. So now you got Alexander, Awuzie, second-year guy, Nate Wiggins. Of course, you got Marlon Humphrey still, who was first-team All-Pro in the slot.
I think the Ravens have a healthy balance of older guys and younger guys in that secondary. Yeah. And then Kyle Hamilton's a dog in the run game, right, in the short passing game, and then Jair can still sit back 7-10 yards, read the field. Like, he's still good instincts.
Yeah, I think we got a good balance of guys who are super, super technical, and then the guys who are more like instincts based.
Yeah, no, it's it's stacking up. I hate to say it, it's stacking up well for the Ravens. They've never been afraid to invest on defensive players. For whatever reason, there's always a little hesitation on that wide receiver side, for whatever reason. But they, as far as defense goes, that's been their thing. And then we had the Pittsburgh Steelers trade Minkah Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey.
I mean, brother, does this not feel like a zero-sum move here?
We didn't get better. We didn't get worse.
It was like basically traded the same player. I mean, they're a little bit different. I feel like for the division we're in, the move doesn't really make sense to trade Minkah for Jalen Ramsey. Now, if you're just adding Jalen Ramsey to the defensive back room, then that makes you guys formidable for sure. But Minkah, I mean, who's going to tackle Lamar Jackson?
My logic is, I think Jalen, he's not follow your receiver type of guy anymore, right? Especially not in the AFC North. With freaking Jamar T, Zay Flowers, even Jerry Jeudy. He's not going to follow. I don't need him following receivers because Jamar Chase will give you 300 yards at this point. So I think
it's easy.
I think it'd be best to consider moving him to safety. I think he still has great instincts. I still think he reads the field well. But what is he, fresh off a torn ACL, right? He tore his ACL. Did he tore his ACL recently? Maybe last year or 2 years ago?
I don't think so.
I thought he did. He got some kind of injury where he was out for a while. But he's not, we pick up Darius Slay and then we trade for Jalen Ramsey. We're like 2 or 3 years late on both. Darius Slay, I think, is still very good, and he's going to have those games where he looks like a top 5 corner. And I can respect that, but we don't have a safety, bro.
At all.
On a bad year, Minkah's still top 10. I think Justin Simmons is a free agent or still. Yeah, I would love to see him, but a man can only dream, right? And then we also picked up Jonnu Smith. I mean, Pat Fryermuth is solid, very solid. We needed a receiver, man, and we got another tight end.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's not a receiver though, because I mean, if you use him like Miami did, then he's a receiver.
Understood, but like we need an actual, like, Robert Woods is our number 2.
Yeah.
You know, and no disrespect to Robert Woods, he's had a couple ACLs. He's
just prefer him to be your number 3.
Yeah, and he's you know, he's over 30. He's a possession guy. He's not gonna, you know, he's not a 1-on-1 for sure guy, right? We don't have our starting running back is Jalen Samuels. We drafted Omari Hampton. I don't know what they're doing.
I got Buddy from Iowa State, right?
Iowa State, yeah, that's who we got. Not him. Is his name? What is his name? I don't even know the guy's name, but I'm gonna be honest with you, because it just didn't move me. I'm not moved. Like, I don't give a shit because I'm not moved, man. You know, Aaron Rodgers in year what?
22.
Aaron Rodgers in year 22, and I think like we just picked up the scraps, bro. That's kind of how I feel about the situation.
I just didn't really understand this Mika move, man. Mika, I mean, has an argument to have been your best defensive player last year.
So, for sure, and like I said, on a bad year, I'm not taking too many safeties over Minka, bro. I don't care what happens, but like, it's not, you know, he's not bad enough to.
I'm gonna ask you, who's going to tackle Lamar Jackson now?
So first of all, stop saying that like there's other teams that have people to tackle Lamar, bro.
I understand that, but like that was your guy. That was your guy.
The thing is, bro, nobody's gonna tackle Lamar because Lamar can't be tackled. You know, that's just what it is. So this is not this is a nothing, bro. I don't know. It's not looking good for Pittsburgh. Philadelphia seems to be running that state. And yeah, I want to get a rate. Like, the NFL is not somewhere you can like just sign older guys and it works out, you know.
Yeah, then
this is not Tom Brady, right? You know, Travis Kelce's on his way out, and it's gonna be bad for them. Like, the NFL is truly a young man's sport.
Not for long.
What was that?
That's what it's called. Not for long.
Oh, not for long. I was about to say, you know, it's always going to be that. What other moves did you see that kind of caught your eye?
Well, you know, I was all locked in on the Baltimore move, bro. Like, after that, then I saw the things you guys were doing. Like, the way the Pittsburgh moves kind of unfolded, I was nervous because I was like, oh, I said, damn, they got Minka, now they got Slay, now they got Ramsey. That's tough. They, you know, gotta get TJ back in the fold. Once they get TJ back in the fold, then like that's scary.
Smith.
You know what I'm saying? And then you get the news. Well, and who was the rookie last year?
Who? Oh,
off the edge. He was cooking too.
Not Peyton Wilson. What's the guy? What is his name? Nick Herbig.
Herbig was getting off that edge, and then
he's solid.
Yeah, and then the running back. I mean, the linebacker, Peyton Wilson.
Yep.
He got a good defense, and I was nervous. And then I saw they traded Minka. I was like, oh, okay, like I could live with that. So other moves right there. It seems like it's a little bit stagnant right now in the NFL world. So
I think everybody's kind of comfortable with, like, they think they, you know, just one or two tweaks away. In reality, you're more than that, more than a couple tweaks away. But we saw so many young guys too. I think that's the reason we're not seeing a lot of moves. We're still waiting on a couple young guys to kind of reach that level. You know, Bryce Young, Bo Nix.
I think Bryce is gonna have a good year, man.
I really like Bryce. Michael Penix, right? So it's like
Penix, man, relax.
Penix. No, it's all right, bro. Michael
Penix.
Penix. Yeah, it's so many. It's so many young cats. CJ Stroud is still what 25 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Justin Herbert's still young. You know, he's been in the league mad long. I think got in the league at 20 or something crazy like that. But I don't, you know, yeah, like you said, I don't see a lot of crazy amount of moves being made. It's also a changing of the guard, right, in the NFL. Yeah. Even like Pat Mahomes is, you know, he's been in the league a while now.
Yes.
And there was a good amount of young quarterbacks coming in.
Pretty sure he's 30 now, right? Got to be because he's my age. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's a good amount of young cats. I mean, obviously, we still waiting on Shadur, right, to see what's happening with that.
Shadur
Sanders, yeah. And so the WNBA, right?
Big news.
They're Paige Beckers.
Hold on, let's start with expansion though.
Who's getting the team?
So yeah, because they got they added Golden State this year. Next year they're adding Portland, and they're adding. Come on, there's one more team there. Portland and Toronto, and then I do believe the year after that they just agreed to Detroit, Cleveland, Philadelphia.
I think
they're on the rise, bro. Like they're really doing it. It's opening up more roster spots for young ladies.
That's what I was gonna say, because like every other week I'm seeing like a top 5 pick from 2 years ago getting cut. I'm like, yo, this is her second year in the league. How is she cut already?
Chance. Like you don't have.
And on top of that, not getting picked up. I'm like, yeah, like, but it's so limited in that league. Yeah, and it's like that's perfect that they're opening up a lot of spots, and I think it's so obviously.
I think we're looking at 5 new franchises in the next 4 years.
The league is pop crazy this year. It's so many good players. Obviously, Caitlin has done her part. You know, Nafisa Collier, Aaliyah Boston, Asia Wilson, Paige Beckers, like all of these. Angel has been playing out of her mind recently.
I watched the game on Sunday. Unbelievable, balling out of control.
Yeah, she, you know,
18 or something like that.
Yeah, it's. I love to see when she really locks in. Like you can understand those conversations when she's not out here bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? All in you doing everything but hooping sometimes. But like when she really locks in, like you could say she's a top 10 player in the league.
Bro. Like I mean, I was watching the game versus Sparks, bro. She was dominant. Like I see why Shaq was like, nah, this is the woman Shaq. Like
right.
That's what it looked like, bro.
I think she had like a 4-game stretch. She was averaging like 15, 16 rebounds or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of us just want to see that consistency from her. And it's good to see it because you can see how good she can be. I don't know if she'll ever be, you know, Nafisa or Asia Wilson.
She's a different game, bro. Like she's just so like just scrappy with it.
Yeah, and you're right. It is a different game. But those 2 young ladies, like, really, they're special. They're special players.
They really are.
For sure. And then Paige Beckers. I
got a question for you, bro. Okay, I keep cutting you off. Let's get to Paige.
I just want to say, like,
that she's balling.
She's looking like the next one.
Yes.
I'm afraid maybe better than Caitlin.
Bro, it's not no maybe, bro. Like, this is what it's been since day one with her.
Oh.
This is the first time we've seen it.
Straight, you taking it straight there.
First time I seen it, I said, uh-oh, she one of them ones. Like, yeah, Caitlin is great. But I don't think she's a better basketball player than Paige Beckers.
That's a great point. Because obviously Caitlin hits the long shots, you know, she heats up quickly.
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes, that's not working. She turns the ball over a lot. She started missing a couple shots in a row. It doesn't have the same effect on the game. She's still a great passer too, though. But Paige is so efficient, man, and like she doesn't have to take a bunch of shots. She can get to her spots, super efficient. She's a joy to watch, man. Seriously, like it's a very easy watch. Like what did she had like 20 something? It was like 8 of 11 shooting other than that. Yeah, took 11 shots, had 20 something points.
23 points.
Yeah, no, she's. I don't. I'm not even gonna say she's. I'm not even gonna say she's next up. She's now.
She's right now. Here we are.
She's now.
Just waiting on it. She dealt with a little injury stuff.
Yeah.
Had that national championship. Yeah.
And she seems. She honestly seems to be playing. She seems to be playing better in the WNBA than she was kind of in college a little bit to me.
I look her up a little bit more.
Yeah, obviously she went to UConn, and it's just a team full of stars. Dallas, man, Dallas is on the rise, bro. You got Cooper, you got Paige.
What's called she went to NC State. Isaiah James. She's nice too. Ricky coming off the bench.
So who do you kind of like right now? Who's your favorite?
I think New York still got to be the favorite.
Okay.
They got Sabrina and Stu. Sabrina's playing out of her mind. Stewie's still in contention for a top 10 player in the league. So, but Sabrina's MVP right now, though. So,
and I think Sabrina's been consistent, right? But she often gets lost in the conversation a lot. With like Paige and Caitlin, even like Asia and Nafisa. But she's been consistent. She, you know what you're gonna get from her. She's super solid. But why is that though? Like she just doesn't get as talked about as much. Do you think?
I don't know, man.
Got a ring.
We got to think though. Remember, she was the first one to jump out there with Steph Curry. But she was the all-time leading scorer in the sport, if I'm not mistaken, college basketball, right? Like I'm pretty sure that was her thing when she was at Oregon. Like she went absolutely crazy. So
that's not hard to believe at all.
So I don't understand why she doesn't get talked about as much. Maybe because she's on the team with Breanna Stewart, and it's like, oh, who's really one? Is there a superstar or a 1A, 1B situation? I think it's maybe kind of like a JB, Jason Tatum thing going on there. I couldn't come up with any other reason for why she wouldn't be talked about as much as she deserves to be, because Sabrina Ionescu is cool.
Yeah, I think because she was already in the league, right, before Caitlin got there. And so it kind of popped in college with Caitlin. And then Paige was there at the same time. And then it kind of, I think it just transitioned over to the WNBA with them. Because me personally, I think there was people that were watching women's college basketball that was not watching the WNBA. Yeah. But a lot of, women's college basketball have had some of the biggest years in the last 2 or 3 years. And then I think it transitioned smoothly to the WNBA. But there's already great players there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what people didn't realize.
Exactly. And it's just like they want to stick with the new ones and, whoever they was messing with in college. And that's okay. And those people are playing well. But people are there already.
Already.
Yeah, Breanna Stewart is already in the WNBA. Maya Moore was a person. But no, she, like you said, I don't know. Maybe it's the marketing. I don't know. But she got a chance. She's done everything. She got a championship, right? She's literally done everything. So
everything, man.
She's. I feel like she's flying under the radar a little bit. So last time we had a tennis conversation. We talked about Coco winning the last major. And then, we spin the block. And you're out the first round. I just said, you know, you're supposed to be next up. You're supposed to take us there. Not to say that you're gonna win every major. We got to get out the first round, though, bro. We have to get out the first round.
Can't go.
I think. I mean, she's still super young in her sport, but like, I think this is a time like this. You have to like you have to.
It shows her immaturity, though, bro. Again, she just turned 21. You know, she won a second major already. When the first one, she was like 16, 17 years old. So like, she's still trying to figure this thing out. Probably needs to change up the strategy a little bit. I know I saw some people that were criticizing her for not staying in Europe in between the French Open and Wimbledon, coming back to the United States, even though it was still probably 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure she can afford it for sure, but do you want to stay away that long when you just won the French Open? I don't know, but hey, maybe something to look forward to, and maybe when we're strategizing and planning for next year, maybe that's something we try, give it a go, because, you know, just routine and all that travel and jet lag and things those things are real. So I don't know. But I was a little disappointed to see that result at Wimbledon for Coco Gauff, just because I hold her in such a high esteem as an athlete, and I just see so much endless potential in her. And of course, it's nostalgic because we're looking for the next Serena. Like, same conversations we were having about LeBron.
Yeah.
Like, who's going to take over that torch, that mantle? But it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because we want it, we long for it, desire it, or those people have, you know, unlaced the shoes and put down the racket or whatever you want to say, it doesn't mean like that next iteration is on the way. And that's just the sad, unfortunate truth about it. We just got to wait around until we get another one.
And the good part is that she is so young, so there's still a lot to learn. And tennis is one of those sports, you know, you can play until you're 35, 40. You know, we've seen it happen. Not to say that it's super common, but it's something that is possible.
When you're in that upper 1%, you could definitely play.
Exactly. But like you said, it's the consistency part. Like, she goes a very long time in between wins, right? You kind of have to stack those. You got to build on those. Not to say you have to win every major, right? Because you're not going to do that, you know. But you're going 2-3 years and then winning one, and then, you know, 3-4 years and then winning one. That's, you know, you kind of get lost in history in that. Like, your name will always be there, but like, do you really want to be considered one of the greats? And like you said, we are looking for that next. You know, sometimes it doesn't come, bro. Like, sometimes
I'm saying, bro.
Yes, you know, we're probably not getting Tiger Woods again. You know, as good as Scottie Scheffler is, we're not getting Tiger back.
He cooking.
He's cooking.
God, he's cooking.
He's cooking. But, you know, Tiger did what, 10 years at number one? Yeah. You know, as good as you're cooking, bro, you got 9.5 years left.
He probably got like, realistically, probably like 8.
Yeah, and you have to stay at that level for that long. Serena was at that level 15 years. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I mean, it's very rare that those things happen, man.
Yeah, and you know, we were blessed to grow up with it, to see it. We were born in the greatest time and the greatest athletes, I think. You know, we have one that represents every sport. You know, and this happened while we were growing up. Yeah. And you know, we always talk about Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic. Like, if these guys played in 3 different eras, they'd have 50 majors apiece. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they share whatever. They share 50 majors, and they played each other in each of those 50 majors. Right. You know, they were, you know, if you were a gambling man, they were all probably negative to win every major. You knew it was going to come down to those 3 guys. I don't know. Like you said, I'm a little bit disappointed in Coco as well, because you're probably not going to be Serena, right? We're not getting Serena back, but we want to see you get close. If you get halfway there, you're like a top 5 ever, bro. If you get halfway, you know, whatever amount of majors she has, if you get half of those,
Mount Rushmore.
It's ridiculous stuff.
And then we'd have two of our faces on the Mount Rushmore. That's all we really want. That's all we really want. That's why we're so critical.
That's it, bro. And then you know, and then on the other side, Alcaraz is doing what he's supposed to do.
Handling business.
He's Djokovic is the last one to leave, man.
He hanging around.
He's yo, he's so good. Like he's doing some LeBron shit. Yeah. And like it's not crazy to think he wins Wimbledon.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure he was the favorite.
As he should be, because he's just that good, right? But I mean, it's Alcaraz, man. Like, even you don't have to be a tennis guy to watch him. He's that entertaining. He hits, he hits
lateral.
Yeah, he hits unique shots that I'm not a tennis guy, but I know that's a shot that a lot of people can't hit. That he just hit. He's making plays that those aren't regular plays.
Big playmaker.
Yeah, he's probably a top 10 athlete in the world right now. And then I don't think the last time we talked, the Men's College World Series was still happening. I know you had some very strong opinions about what happened in that series, man, with the coach getting tossed out. It happens in all sports, like the refs just taking over, umps taking over the game. The College World Series, though, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to let the emotions be the emotions. What's your take? How do you feel? Because you were very, it wasn't sitting well with you, brother.
It did not sit well with me at all. I mean, especially when you're a program like Coastal Carolina, you've been there before, you won, you hung a banner. You got a first-year coach who got this program back to the mountaintop, and just to see the way the series of events unfolded. He didn't really come out and say anything obscene, anything vulgar. He didn't really say necessarily anything about a particular call. He went out there for clarity because his team was issued a warning. And then next thing you know, as he approached the umpire, he got ejected. And then now that's when the ill will came about. Then one of the other umps kind of came flying in, tripped over the third ump's foot. Then they say, "Oh, that's 2-game suspension for contact with the umpire." It was just a clown show, man. And the calls were wrong. That was the thing. Like, those were calls that were missed. And it's an elimination game. You're playing a behemoth in the sport in LSU. And then to have the head coach thrown out in the bottom of the first inning, I think it was absolutely ridiculous. Ump show. Nobody came to see that. No one paid for that. I mean, it's a moment that people will remember now. Yeah. So I guess that's something he could live with and have to his name, but no one still knows your name. And it's just like, I don't understand why and how it got to that point. You're supposed to have a little leniency, a little bit of understanding in an elimination game in the College World Series. I mean, there's nowhere else to go. So it was a travesty.
Yeah.
Hats off to LSU, program that deserved to win.
LSU has they've been solid for the last couple years in the baseball category. They've been in
them since the 90s. So that's just what it is.
And then they're putting out people as well.
Yeah.
And staying on the topic of baseball, I know we talked about how the game was missing pitchers. But wow, Skubal, is that how you say it? Skubal?
Yeah, Tarek Skubal.
I mean, he's pitching as good as anybody. Like he's on a heater. He's on a heater right now. what is he get like a 2.8 ERA?
Yeah,
he's 10-2 right now.
Yeah, I watched his last start against the Tigers, and it was just masterclass, just cooking. I'm sitting there with my dad watching the game. We're just like, they can't even touch him.
Do you think like do you think he's just having a good year, or
he was American League Cy Young last year.
Okay, so
he's just in his groove right now.
Okay,
and, he's a guy that many people didn't view super highly. I mean, he's 13th round pick, I do believe, in the draft, and he's making a way, and he's really found a lane. And he's controlling that baseball, dominating hitters, 2-3 steps ahead of batters every pitch, and looks damn near untouchable at this point.
You think he's the best pitcher in baseball right now?
Yeah, he's the best arm going for sure. Especially coming off of last year, being the American League Cy Young last year, and be clear-cut head and shoulders favorite for this season already as we approach the halfway point. I think so.
Yeah, he's been willing and dealing, and you don't even have to know baseball well just to see that. Like 2.8 ERA, he's 10-2, in 12 starts. That's crazy. That's crazy at this point in the season, and there's so many hitters in baseball to have those type of numbers. You know what I mean? Like we're one of the greatest, I think, hitting errors we've ever seen, with some of these people that we're dealing with, and then they just announced the All-Star starters.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a hot take. I think Acuna, I think he's a top 5 player right now. And maybe that's a little a little hometown bias right there. But that guy is special, man. He's electric as well. Like, he brings a different feel to the game. You know what I'm saying? He kind of breaks that old cold. He gives me like an NFL player feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, he talk like he got the little swag to him. He talks. He gets hype. Everybody, baseball is such a cool sport, man. And everybody's just cool. Everybody's cool as a cucumber in baseball. I like to see a little emotion, and I feel like he brings that part to the game. And he's having a great year. And sure. Do you
ACL?
Where would you kind of rank him?
I got him in my top 10 for sure. He just deals with so many injuries. So
yeah,
he has helped him win a World Series. So there's that.
That's I mean, he's just a fun guy to watch. Obviously,
I mean, he brings, like you said, so much energy, so much emotion, so much passion to the game. Fun. He just brings fun to the game. You can tell he loves it. It's what he wants to do. It's who he wants to be.
Yeah, and it's good for the city of Atlanta as well.
For sure.
I wanted to get in something before you.
Jamal.
Hey, no, that was.
What you say, Jamal Crawford?
Yeah, hey man, that was funny. I wanted to get into something right before we leave. I saved it for last for a reason. P Diddy.
Oh.
My lawyer, Brian Steele. Yeah. Brian Steele's having a year, man.
Hey, his return is going to be so crazy.
Brian Steele's having a hell of a year. Diddy somehow.
Bro, I mean, everything we heard was just he's super freaky.
He needs to be locked up for that, though. Like, some of that stuff.
Everything we kept hearing, he's super freaky. He did lay his hands on Cassie. Absolutely wrong.
At least a domestic violence.
Give him something, huh? I mean, he got the prostitution for flying in professional dicks to fuck his girl.
Well. How about blowing somebody's car up, bro? There's no charge for that.
Well, no evidence. That's hearsay,
brother. And he's
just what it is.
as far as the music goes,
I'm not supporting. I'm not doing any of these things. It's just the truth.
As far as the music goes, you know, he's built a great career for himself. But like there's no way, you know, some of this stuff you're hearing, you let this stuff slide, man. You know, inventing a term of organization of parties and calling them freak offs. You know, when you have to come up with a new name for some stuff that you're doing,
it's been around for a long time.
A freak off, and then, you know, I don't want to get into the details because they're a little bit too disgusting. Some of the things he was doing and requesting. He needs to, like, first of all, he needs to be listed as a sex offender. He needs to be on a sex offender list. Bro, we were calling him Nasty Man of the Year a year ago.
We were.
Before he even got accused of anything. He was nasty. He was a 2-time Nasty Man of the Year. He was a back-to-back champion.
He was Joey Chestnut of the sport.
Bro, and it's just like it was kind of hard to see him get off because he's traumatized a lot of people, male and female. You know what I'm saying? It's like the stories that they're telling and the threats that he's making, and he's beating people up. You know, and there's still rumors he's having people killed. And it's just like, man, that's a guy you just cannot let back on the street, bro. Under any circumstances, man. Because like,
who moving nastier, the NFL or Diddy?
Oh, the NFL moves disgusting as a unit, bro.
As a unit, it's 32 nasty men of the quarter century.
The NFL got a nasty man on every. Hey, you had a nasty man on your.
Oh.
Yo,
I don't associate with those.
That was the greatest kicker ever, a nasty man. Hey, man, it's
time to go.
A lot of men are too freaked out, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have money and status. You don't have to move like this. You know, just go on Instagram, bro. Just go open your DMs. You know, we don't have to go to massage parlors. You don't have to fly in men. You know what I mean? It's nasty what's going on. This shit has to stop, bro. And we got to start locking some of these guys up just for some. You don't even have to do anything. We gotta start locking people up for ideas, bro.
For real.
Truly, like, there's no way Diddy should be let back in the street, man. And it feels, I don't know about you, it feels like he just gained more power. He beat a Rico. I got off a Rico. I can get away with anything now.
Like the last Infinity Stone.
Bro, like, literally, he's powering up. I'm afraid of what he's gonna do when he gets out.
It's gonna be scary.
Oh my god!
It's gonna be scary. Hide your wife.
Who's the first rapper that links up with him?
French Montana.
All right, man. Hey, man, that's it, bro. That's it. French Montana, bro. Bad boy.
French Montana.
Hey, Bad Boy being the name of your record label, kind of nasty now. Bad Boys. Nah, man. I'm cool on that. I don't know. Nothing else to say, man. Tune back in. We're back soon. Baseball, tennis coming up. MLB All-Star.
NFL collusion.
That's an everyday story. Oh, we didn't get to it today. But Malik Beasley, come on, guy! Like, enough is enough, man. You're getting $15 million a year. What do you need an extra 100,000 for?
I heard several reasons he needed an extra 100,000.
Whatever it is, man. Y'all, you got DraftKings commercials. You got FanDuel's logos on the jerseys and the end zones, and
all of these things.
You know, why not? It's You talk to somebody, say I'm gonna miss 3 threes tonight. Take my under. You know, everybody in bed with everybody. No Diddy. But yeah, that's it. Hey man, that's it. Check us out. We're back soon. Appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. On anything else you want to hear us talk about. That's it for me.